You made a statement which has stuck with me, saying that this election is critical because it will decide whether we are becoming a one-party nation. Isn't that at one level an exaggeration? You've got the southern states, the DMKs, the YSRCPs, you've got the Telangana Rashtra Samiti, other parties also there. Do you believe this election is a referendum in a way, in that sense?
No.
Of the kind of democracy we are going to become?
Yes. What I said is the psychological impact of the electoral outcome of Bengal will resonate beyond Bengal. And what I think is if BJP were to win Bengal, we as a country would have taken a decisive step in direction of becoming one nation, one party country.
Is that
rhetoric, you will see, mark my word, you will see, I'm sure and I wish and I know that it is not going to happen because they will lose Bengal. But if just hypothetically, because now I'm scared, if
I will edit it.
Then you remove if, and then say Sankar said BJP is winning Bengal.
I don't belong to the BJP IT cell, so I don't remove the word if. But go ahead.
I'm saying if BJP were to win,
yes,
you will see the propaganda machinery coming with full force saying now is the time we should emulate what China model is, what Singapore is, what Russia is, which is one party, one nation. We need to give BJP 20 years, 30 years,
So you see this election, if the BJP wins, becoming a move towards an opposition Mukt Bharat. An important...
At least a very significant effort would be made towards that.
The reason I'm asking you this is Maharashtra is a state where there is an element of uncertainty.
And
Rajasthan,
I said, this is exactly what I said in the clubhouse.
What?
That, I was asked this question,
yes,
that how important, whether Bengal election is more important for opposition or for BJP. I said it is more important for opposition, and I said it on record. Because BJP can afford to lose Bengal, and still they will remain the dominant political force in India, which they are. But if opposition or if TMC were to lose, then it becomes very difficult for opposition, because many states, as you rightly said, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, maybe to some extent Jharkhand, could come under pressure.
Because what I have seen in Bengal is the BJP is very organized. This again takes up from a point you made. At the grassroots also they have built, interestingly, networks in rural Bengal. In other states, BJP usually moves from urban pockets to rural pockets. Here the reverse seems to be taking place. TMC is stronger in Kolkata, but as you go into the interior, the BJP has made an impact on the ground. Do you believe that is because there's a vacuum after the left sort of disintegrated?
No, this is one more point which I explained again in my chat, that why BJP seem to be doing rural Bengal, they seem to be having better network, is because a lot of left foot soldiers have moved from being the left foot soldiers to the BJP foot soldiers. For them, taking on TMC, defeating TMC is probably the biggest priority. As the popular saying here is, Pehle Ram, Phir Bam. So this is what they say, and that is providing the steady flow of grassroots workers and foot soldiers for BJP in rural Bengal.
You're making an interesting point. You're saying Bengal, in a sense, at the grassroots has moved from Vam to Ram. Left workers who want to take on Mamta, defeat her, have switched to the BJP.
Yes, I can tell you with my first-hand experience over last 1.5 years, constituency after constituency, village after village, booth after booth, what we face in terms of BJP workers, we check they are all ex-left people.
No, so doesn't that worry you? Because if there's an erosion in the left Congress, the so-called third front, that vote is going to go to the BJP.
No, that already has gone. That already has gone.
It's already gone. It's not going to go further.
Where it will go? Now they've already got 40%. Left Congress are already in low single digit.
No, you see this election as bipolar.
Absolutely.
You don't see the left Congress having any role. It's not an X factor.
But you have been traveling through Bengal. Did you see left?
In a few areas, you do still see the CPIM flags. But
Yes.
I admit that they are weaker.
And they are not the part of the chatter. They are not part. See, you can put flag. You can still organize big political meetings. But the thing is, even your supporters are not going to vote for you because they do not see you as a possible contender. And we work with the logic that voters do not want to waste their vote.
The chatter, though, the BJP, the WhatsApp space, elections, WhatsApp is becoming more and more important. As you yourself seen, social media is a double-edged sword. But the BJP tells me that we have now WhatsApp groups at every booth level. And they send out messages day after day.
I can tell you Trinamool's WhatsApp network or the social media army on the ground is as good as it could be for a regional party in the given scenario.
In a bigger picture, is that one of the big changes you've seen in the decade that you work with parties, that compared to say 2010, 2021, you need even a stronger social media network?
No.
That it
See,
makes a difference today
so-
to have that WhatsApp network out there.
I still think the messenger and message is far more important than the medium of delivery. Whether earlier it was a postcard, say Mahatma Gandhi would have written a letter on postcard, and now we are writing that same thing on WhatsApp. We put too much emphasis on the medium. Important thing is messenger, the leader, whether he has the credibility, whether people want to listen to what he or she has to say, and the message, what message they are trying to deliver.
And you think Mamta is still seen as
Yes,
a credible leader?
Absolutely, she is the most loved, trusted and admired
You
leader.
don't think the cut money syndicates, these allegations have affected her image?
Not to an extent that is material.